And we have to say that Apple, the company, did have good and expectations about these 3 months, of course, for the holiday shopping. 2 months ago, they issued the forecast saying that the revenue would grow by 5%, and now we know that actually it's going to go down by 5%. And this is something very rare for Apple, of course, considering how big this company is. And as you said, the revenue warning is very rare for Apple. The company's first in nearly 12 years. That's what we've heard.
See, is it a case of Apple making China a bit of a scapegoat here?
Well, yes and no, because China, of course, is the world's largest smartphone market. And for Apple, the country basically accounts for up to 20% of all the revenue. So this is a very, very important place, of course. I've got to mention that the CEO of Baidu, that is the company often seen as China's Google, also these recent days said basically that winter is coming as the Chinese economy weakens. So it's not only about Apple, of course. Indeed, there is a slowdown. The revenue warning by Tim Cook also sent shockwaves to the markets in Europe, particularly to the companies with big exposure. European companies or European or listed in the EU with big exposure in China. There would be luxury good makers, there would be cheap makers, there would be miners. This is what they worry about. The big slowdown there would be significant for big companies elsewhere in the world, because China is, of course, so big. And coming back to smartphones and to Apple, I have to say that it's not only Apple. Other smartphone makers will feel that the same, because basically the smartphone market is changing so much. Over a decade, we saw companies coming up with better devices. They're better quality, their batteries last longer. So now, basically, devices are so good that people don't really jump to upgrade them so often. And this is the slowdown which could be so dangerous, not only for Apple, but for other smartphone makers as well.